the American stuff. We had a look at the Russian stuff. So let's see what's here for Amerikansky. You can see that there's a bunch of different setups, including the Marines, the USMC, the Armored Brigade, Airborne Infantry, Stryker Cavalry Regiment, and then also Special Operations Forces. This one was the trailer thing that they did recently, which is also kind of the main focus of this setup. So let's have a look at the Marines. Let's see what's in. We have the Assault Men Schmore. They have the SMAW, which is kind of fun. The S-Raw as well. The Schraw. What a great name. That looks fun. The big chode thing they have here. They also have the Dragon. It's specifically the M47 Dragon 3 that this cat guys have. They also have the M2 Browning, the M240, and the M16. And oh, there you go. They can actually get the Javelin as well. So that makes it pretty good. This guy's carrying it on his side here. Also, the TOW-2A. Looks like there's more customization with these infantry than there were with the Russian guys. So you have the M2 Browning, the Mark 19, and the TOW-2A. You can also get the TOW-2B. So the overfly attack. That's an interesting way of putting it. Sort of top attack. Force Recon 2. So these guys are going to be your recon boys. They have an AT-4C SER. Along with the M38s. The M320s! No, not the M320s. What are we doing? Black Ops. Oh, goddamn. You can get shotguns in the house. Right, so you can either get them as recon, or you can get them as storm boys. That's kind of fun. Marine Raiders, CQC. So close quarter combat. How many of them are here? 14? 14 in one group. That's pretty cool. They have access to the M32, the grenade launcher, the M1014, and the M72A10 Law. So that'll be their anti-tank. They also have a standoff, which gives them scars. Good old M31s, Mark 48s, M27s. So yeah, once again, you can either breach and clear, or you can just kind of chill. Marines, the attacks again. And then the M320s. So funny. Reserve Marines. Are they like cheaper? Yeah, they are. So the Reserve Marines, they have the M249, the M203, and the M16s. Kind of cool to see them. Scout Snipers as well with the 2000 Recon. And they also get the anti-material rifle, the M107, which looks really cool. But also the M40A5 if you're dealing with infantry. And on to the vehicles for the USMC. We have the AAV MIC LIC. The McClick. Oh, hello. So is this just another one of those like anti-mine vehicles? I'm guessing it is. But it also does have some funny guns on the front. And is amphibious. It also has the CAT-FAE. Not entirely sure what that is. And also EAAK armor, which gives it a bit more. And then, whoa, okay. That gives it a lot of armor on top of it once it's modeled. The AV P7A1 as well. Once again, another passenger thing. Yeah, it looks like a landing craft. Well, this one isn't a landing craft, but this one is. You can see it has 21 passengers. This one you can give the survivability upgrade to. So this is like kind of like a support one, and the other one's there. Whoa, Stryker chassis. Big boy. ACVP. Actually, this might be bigger than the Stryker one. It's massive. Has the M2 Browning, which is kind of nice. But also, you can get a grenade launcher or the Bushmaster 2. Basically making it into an M1128. Up armored as well. I'm guessing that'll be some slat armor on the sides. This thing is huge. And then our first Humvee with the M240, the standard boy. Can get the one with the minigun, so that will just annihilate infantry. M2 heavy machine gun, which has a little bit more range. And then also the grenade launcher, which so far in this game, grenade launchers have just been kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. IFAV as well, the M2. This is just a truck with a Browning. Mark 19 as well, or the TOW2A. So you can get gangster with it. Go AT or go AP. LAV, of course, wouldn't be the Marines without the LAVs. This is the A1. It's got the Bushmaster on it and also the M240. A2 armor, optics, and smoke. So this like upgrades it in a full way. As you can see, it's not fully finished yet. Levad. Stinger 25. Classic Levad. So good old Stingers. Nice to see them. And the Hydra rocket pod if you want it. So they do give you the option. Plus the up armor on the thing. I'm guessing they all have this up armor. Yeah, they do. So all of the LAVs have that. But I won't put it on because it doesn't look very good right now. But they have the LAV-AT or the Wally. The Wally LAV. This has TOW2s, but can you get TOW2As? Oh, what the hell? It is mofo, yeah. This gives it... I'm guessing it gives it TOW2Bs? Yeah, so the modernized has the TOW2Bs. Whereas the standard just has the A's. Which is kind of fun. The LAV-L, this is a supply LAV, I'm guessing. But you can give it a M2, a grenade launcher, or the M240. Looks like those are going to be like the standard things on all of these things. We have a mortar LAV. Marines really do love their LAVs, don't they? And then, oh, the Dragonfire. God damn. Is that actually going to show that? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, we are going too sneaky, yeah. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Nice animation. And we have the LVSR. This is the supply truck, big boy. And you can even get a guy on the front with a machine gun if you want to be able to defend it. BK armor as well, so you can get a little bit of armor for the guy on the front. That looks kind of cool, actually. I've never seen this truck with anybody on the front. But yeah, we are sneaky. I'm looking forward to it. M1A1 FEP. Does anybody know what the FEP stands for? FEP? For the M1A1? Something protection, I'm guessing. This one has the 120mm, the M240, and the Browning. Not a ton of smokes. But then you can get the Tusk armor package. So that gives it a bit of extra armor. And, oh boy. Okay, so it can either have electronic countermeasures, which I'm guessing E means, or it can get the trophy system. So, yeah, pretty good. Not too bad. M1A1HC, heavy common, pretty standard. This also gets the Tusk and also the Jammer. So these Abramses are going to be super hard to kill. They have a lot of defenses on them. Firepower enhancement package. Thank you, Mofo. Yeah, these are going to be annoying as hell to kill. M60 though, it's your boy M60 in the house once again. Never to be left to rest. Oh, no way. They added the engineering version. Look at that thing. It's potato time. And also you can get the upgraded engine. Nice. But yeah, you have the standard M60A1. I don't think this is an M60A1 though, is it? It's the Rise, I'm pretty sure. So might be an A3. Then we have the MTVR, sorry. This is either a personnel carrier or a supply carrier. So once again, you can get the funny roof-mounted gun on the top. And then also this one, if you want it just to be an armored troop transport, you can give it more armor to bring along the troops. That's kind of fun. H1W Super Cobra in the house too. This one just has Hydras and either more or less. And then this is where it gets fun. So You have Hydras, TOW2s, more TOW2s, Hellfires, AIM-9s, or the Sidearm, which is also in this game. So that's kind of fun. This thing is a seed missile, so should be kind of interesting to see how it does. Probably not on this helicopter, but maybe others. It also does have some electronic countermeasures and some decoy flares, which will keep it alive. We also have this one, the Viper. This one has a few more electronic countermeasures and also has access to more munitions. So APKWSs, Hellfires, and then also Hydras. You also have the same on this, APKWS, the guided rockets, which annoys me to this day. Then also you can bring some sidearms, or you can bring some sidewinders, depending on if you want to do seed or anti-air. You've also got the Super Stallion. This is the kind of transport / supply helicopter. This one can actually have miniguns, which is really fun, or the good old HMG out of the side. So if you wanna try and trailblaze with this thing, you're able to, which is fun. Then you have the CH-53K, which basically can carry more and also has more electronic countermeasures, and then also 2 guns. So pretty much better in every way. The Osprey, of course. I don't know if you guys saw the Osprey videos recently. It was so funny to watch. I don't think they were really required, but it was it looked pretty cool. This thing has the GAU 21, but you can also give it the GAU 17. This is another transport helicopter, which can also carry supplies to the front lines. So, you know, basically should be pretty quick to get in and get out. The Huey is still here. This is a very modern Huey, though. The UH-1Y Venom. This has the M240s in the door guns, but you can have the machine guns. Pylons, it can get those APKWS rockets or Hydras, but I'm guessing this is going to be more used as a infantry kind of transport helicopter, just to get them to the front lines quickly. AVAB plus Harrier, classic. So this one has all of the really annoying things that you would want from these types of things. You can bring a GAU 12 and a designation pod. This is a laser designator, or you can bring an ECM pod, which is fun. It has the laser JDAMs, the Zunis, the Mavericks, which I found to be very powerful in this game. And then also the AMRAAMs and the fuel tanks. Kind of fun too. And then on the outer pylons, you just have the good old anti-air stuff. You can bring 1,000,000 AMRAAMs if you want to, and just basically nuke everything from the sky. Then you also have the night attack. So the difference between these two is the night attack has much worse optics, and also doesn't get the electronic countermeasures until we put them on, I'm guessing. Oh, it does get the snake eyes, though, so the drag bombs, that's kind of fun. Fire bombs as well, so that is awesome. Rock eyes, and many other different things. This thing is going to be able to just nuke a lot of stuff. God damn. Prowler! Oh, the A6B is in the house. It's kind of surprising. It's pretty fun to see, though. This one has harms. So, good old anti-radiation missiles. You can also bring an ECM and a harm. So this version of the Prowler is just straight up a seed vehicle. Hey, Papa Stalin, nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing good. This thing it's just a seed vehicle. Crazy. Hornet, of course. So wouldn't be an American game without the Hornets. You have the C, and then you also have the D. The C has access to AMRAAMs and Sparrows, and then also all of the bombs. It also gets the AIM-174s, which, you know, once again, quite a long distance range. And then you have the AIM-7s, 120s, and all of the dumb bombs and stuff too, which should be quite good. The D Hornet, the difference is in the weaponry. So it has a designation pod. You have the AMRAAMs and the AIM-7s once again. But then you have the LJDAMs, the fire bombs, the snake eyes, and the Mavericks. And then the same on this side. But then also you get a very modern, fun thing. The AGM 84 Slam ER with its 10,000 meter range and its wonderful cruise missile capabilities. Seems like 10,000 meters might be the longest distance in this game, since all of the really long distance stuff all just has that. F-35B is in the game as well. This one needs like a model update. Looks kind of, needs to be a bit updated. So this has the JSOW, and then also the AMRAAM, and the Stormbreaker, the LJ dams as well. So it is one of those which doesn't have exactly a fantastic, massive amount of stuff it can carry, but they're all incredibly precise. You got a low drag bomb in the JSOW, and the Stormbreaker is the same. So it comes in, and you can have a fun time. This one has to be laser designated, whereas these ones, you can see it's a cluster, top attack armor, and also laser designation too. So you can guide them in very effectively from the F-35. Then the Harvest Hawk, the good old KC-130J. This one, even though it's a supply vehicle, and also, you can carry vehicles in it, it has Griffins, and also Hellfires and Stormbreakers, because it's American. So you can actually see the Hellfires on the side here of the vehicle, if you want the Stormbreakers. So yeah, this is a aggressive supply vehicle, which is just wonderful. Then you got the Armored Brigade. This has the Cavalry Scouts. Now, I really like the Cavalry Scouts because they have javelins. So they actually have really good scouting and then really good javelins too. So it's a nice like 1-2 punch. Mech engineers have the Schmar and the M59s. So these guys are going to be way more close quarters. Riflemen have the M4s, M2s, and 249s and the attacks. You also have the Rifleman AA. These have the Stingers instead of the ATGMs. And then you have the MMGs, which are the anti-infantry boys. They have the M240Ls, which should be pretty good at dealing with infantry. M106 as well. So we have the RT M113s, basically. This is the M106A3, and that's the mortar it has, the M121. This can fire smoke or HE, and also, if you want, once again, with these American vehicles, you can just add a gun on the top of it to give it a bit more survivability. And if you want even more survivability for your mortar piece, you can add slat armor and smokes. So if you get spotted by anything, you can deal with it. Paladin, of course, wouldn't be an American force without the Paladin. There's a few of them. You got the M109A6. This has the M284 gun. Also has cluster rounds, a high explosive. Nearly fires 4,000 meters. You have the M109A7, which has different munitions. You can see here. These are slightly different. These are smoke. This is the Excalibur round, and this is the standard HE wrap. So that's basically the difference between them. The A7 can also get up armor if you really want it. And also, it gets this really funny upgrade. Slight overcompensation. It's the M907 155mm with what can only be described as a very long distance round that it fires. So yeah. It also has a 50 cal, which is quite fun. M113A3 for troop transports for the Armored Brigade. It can get the good old grenade launcher, slat, and smoke, which is standard on all these things. This absolute monstrosity. Now, I don't know if this thing exists. I'm guessing it does, but it's just disgusting. This is the M1150 Assault Breacher, which it seems to be an Abrams with a ridiculous kind of minesweeper field thing in the front of it, a 50 cal, and then the MICLICs, which I'm guessing are anti-mine munitions again. You can put a grenade launcher on it. You can give it an ERA package as well. And yeah, this is just horrific. I don't know how else to put it. It is disgusting. You also have the AMPV M1283, the troop transport, which seems to have a decent amount of armor on it. It can also get a Bushmaster or a Bushmaster and a Javelin. So you can technically make it more of a kind of a Bradley deal instead of something else, which is quite fun. M1287 MCV as well. So this is the mortar version of that vehicle. So it can bring along HE smoke or guided rounds. You can also add, once again, the same 3 guns that you can add on all of these American things, and also reactive armor. So just giving it a little bit more. It is a bit crazy, Papa style, in the vehicle. Yeah, there's your good old mortar potato. The Pivats, the M163. This also is in. Wouldn't be an American game without the Pivats, and also a up-armored Pivat. So this is the Vulcan gun. Always find it hard to use in these games. And then also, we have the standard M1A2 Abrams. So this has the 120mm, the M240, and the 50. Pretty heavy, but one of the cool things about this, you can give it the Tusk package, and then also you can give it on the turret too. So you can pick whether you want it on the hull or if you want it on the turret. So gives you additional armor basically everywhere on the sides. You also have the SEP, which is of course the upgrade. This one, it basically has a better gun. And by better gun, I mean better rounds, not the better gun. And it also has the Tusk on it as well. The V2, which is here. This one gets the top-mounted M2 Browning and more options. Now, this is where it gets a little bit silly. You remember what we talked about with survivability with these things? So you have the Tusk package, which is just on the hull. You have the Plus, which is on the turret. You have an active protection system. And then you can get the Tusk 1 or the Tusk 2 with the APS. So basically, this thing has a ridiculous amount of side armor, ridiculous amount of front armor, and it has a active protection system. So, yeah. It's also got very good mobility for what it is. So, it's kind of crazy what it's able to do. You've also got the Hawk Tour. This one is similar to the T90M recon thing, where for some reason it just has better optics than everything else. It also has a camouflage net, so it makes it a little bit easier to actually kind of, I suppose, camouflage. Like this is a 1, and then this is a 1.25, so slightly better. Set V3, of course, because why not? Might as well just add all of the Abramoviches. This one, you can see it just gets the same stuff as before. I don't know the massive difference between these two. It looks like this one gets another round, a HE round maybe, or maybe it gets that. Yeah, it gets a HE round, so it's better at dealing with infantry and also lighter vehicles. That's kind of cool. The MLRS M270A1. This is another one of those machines where it's like, screw that over there. You're not allowed to exist. So it has the ATA CMS, the cluster warheads, and also a high explosive, and has a pretty good range. Then you have the GMLRS. So this has the 227s, and the same as this. The difference, I believe, is here, yeah. So this has the PRSMs instead of the other ones. These have 8,000 meters of range. So really screw you over there. You're not allowed to get anywhere near. The Bradders. The Bradders turns up in a few forms. You have the M2A2 Bradley, the standard one. This one actually has the Busk, so you can get some additional ERA on it. And also, you can add a electronic countermeasure package to it too, to give it a little bit better survivability. Then you have the Bradley with the wonderful, well, one class this as a scoop, but very much something that's designed to go through walls on the front of it. This has the same setup as the other one, so it has the kind of ATGM launcher It's weird, though, because this one gets the Blam instead of the TOW 2. And the Blam seems to have a lot less penetration than the TOW 2, but everything else is basically the same. M2A3 Bradley. So TOW 2 once again. This one gets the Busk 3 reactive armor, the Iron Fist APS, and also can get an upgraded engine. Still only has the TOW 2 though, so I don't know whether it's going to get upgraded TOWs or if that's what it's going to be stuck with. You also have the Bradley ESV. This has the Blam once again, and gets the same kind of upgrades as the M2A4. So there's a lot of these vehicles which are just designed to kind of, hammer certain stuff that I don't think they're ever really going to. I don't know how useful like something like this is going to be in the game, but who knows. M3A2 CFE. This one looks very similar to a Bradley, but once again is more of like a scout one, which is why it has better stealth and then also better optics than the other ones by like 250. You can get the Busk and also the Jammer to give it enhanced survivability. M3A3 as well. This is another recon version of the Bradley. This one gets all of the other stuff that all of the other ones get. Well, I should say the better ones get. So you can have a really survivable, good scout with this, which is really nice. Just got to make sure it doesn't run into tanks. M54-8A3, just a little supply truck. Nothing crazy, but once again, you can add a machine gun to it because it's American. Why not? We played it earlier, freaking out. We were playing it yesterday too. We have the M6 linebacker. This is the AA one, right? Yeah. So this is the one with the stingers. That looks so out of place. Oh God, you can add the Shorad. Okay, so you can add the Shorad and then the stingers if you want to. So that's kind of fun. You can actually give it a radar and also Hellfires. Upgraded engine and then also the Busk. That is interesting. Then you got the B-Fist with the M7A2. I forgot how many Bradley variants there were. There's a million of them. The Busk packages, Iron Fist. Then also, you can give it even better optics and an even better engine. So this is going to be a crazy scout. It doesn't have any 80 gems or anything, but it can laser designate with an APS and has 2400 scouting. So this is going to be kind of like the primo scout of the armor brigade. M901A3, the Wally is back. Lovely to see. Thank God for the Wally. It does have slats and smoke, so you will survive more than one hit. You also have the FISTV M981. I don't really know what this is for. It doesn't have any ACGMs. Oh, this is like the Scout Wally. I didn't even know that was a thing. So we have a Scout Wally. And then, of course, the Patriot system. Which there is a few of in this game, may I just say. So, yeah, if you like Patriots, you'll like this game. You can see it can have two doubles, so 4. You can also, once again, put a gun on the front of it, just in case you get accosted. And then you can even add some more armor on it as well, if you want you guys to survive a bit better. But the main reason you use this is because of its anti-air capabilities, the good old Patriot system. Airborne Infantry. So this is the good old Airborne. You have Airborne Snipers, which are here. They have the M2010 and the M110s. You can change those to anti-material, though. So once again, a little bit of anti-tank. Airbornes are here too. So the Spear, the Moors, M250s, goddamn M320s. There you go. You can change it to standard to get rid of those goddamn M320s. You have the Para, which is kind of fun, and also the attacks. 50 cals, 2 HMG teams. 2 M2s in a HMG team, plus some M4s. You also have some Mark 19s, AGLs. These are the fun kind of grenade launchers, which do a lot of damage. Stinger team, of course. So anti-infantry, anti-air, and then anti-tank with the TOW2As. You can get the TOW2Bs with this team, though. So that's kind of fun. Nice how they give you the option. And then you get the weapon squad. This one is pretty good as an anti kind of tank setup. They have 2 javelins and then also M240s and M4A1s. So this so far is one of the teams I've found which can actually work pretty well. You got the Avenger, of course. So this one is the Humvee with the AA on the back. And it has the double missile pods. So you can get 8 Stingers in total. It actually says 16, so I'm guessing it has a reload. You also have a machine gun somewhere, but I have no idea where it is. So that exists. You can technically do this too. So you still have 12 Stingers and the Browning. And then you can also get some extra armor if you want for your Avenger, if you really do. The Brutus. So this is an artillery piece for the Airborne Infantry. This one has a M777 and also has guided rounds, cluster rounds, high explosive, and smoke. Then also you can technically up armor it, and that means it's not able to be power dropped anymore, which kind of sucks. And then the Hawkeye, I was actually using this one in the mission earlier. This is a Humvee with a 105mm M20 attached to it. You can see that it actually sets up, and that's how it all works. It's pretty cool. So this has cluster, wrap, or high explosive. It also is somehow up armored, even though it's just a Humvee. Like it's not going to survive a lot. Humvee M240 in the house too. So this is more of your classic standard Humvee that people know about. Has the M2, the grenade launcher, the M240, and the BK armor. So giving it a bit more survivability compared to what we've seen before. You've also got the Humvee LRAS3. So this like a scout Humvee? Yeah, it has double the range of optics compared to the M240. But you can add the same guns, same armor package, and you can actually add smoke pods. Okay, so this one will be a pretty good scout. That'll be nice. You have the RWS. This is the Humvee with the with the weapon system on top of it. Oh dear. Oh, we can get the minigun. There you go. Not too bad. And once again, same stuff that we've seen before. The Humvee with the tow. Surprised we haven't seen any Humvees in War Thunder. So you can get the TOW2A or the B, and also the armor kit and the smoke pods. So all the same stuff we've seen. LMTV, the little supply truck that the Airborne Infantry gets. But once again, it's armored and armed. You can also give it the B kit armor to keep it alive. M1301 ISV. This does not look safe. But guess what? It gives you an M240, an M2, and a Mark 19. Never been seen before. And then, funnily enough, a Sheridan turns up. We have a Sheridan. Which is great. This thing has the 152 with the 80 gems and the standard heat shells. The M240 and the M2 Browning. And then also the Shillelagh. So it also gets the HE too. But yeah, you can get the Shillelagh upgrade for the M551A1. Give you a little bit of extended range. You also have the M8 AGS, which is probably one of my favorite vehicles that's ever come out of good old America. You can either give it the 105 or the 120. I don't know if the 120 has ever been used. Applique armor, ERA package, or everything plus the Iron Fist APS. Crazy. So a lot of survivability on this little boy, and it can still get power dropped with all that stuff too. MTV, once again, it can get all of the guns, and then also be up armored for that gun. This is just a troop transport truck. Slam Ram. So Slam Ram on a truck. So this one's kind of cool because you can customize. So you can either have 4 aim-120s, 6 aim-120s, or do the whole 4 aim-120, 2 aim-9 thing. I don't know why. Well, I suppose it depends on what you're fighting, if they turn off the radar or whatever. But yeah, you can customize, which is kind of fun. And once again, up armor. So aircraft-wise, the Airborne Infantry gets the Apache, which has the Hydras, APs, and the Hellfires. And then also the same on the other ones. So you can go for the good old 16 Hellfires if you want to, and you can just hammer with them. It also has some electronic countermeasures and stuff. You got the longbow, which is the upgraded Apache with the different radar. I don't know how this actually gives it. Okay, it has like better optics in game. But you have the same loadout. Apart from these, have the L's, which are the fire and forget Hellfires. So you don't have to stay in the combat area as long, and you can just kind of annihilate stuff as it goes. The Chinook. Chinook's in the house. This one's going to be a favorite for supplying. And also, you can once again add some guns to it. You can see the guns on the side here. If you want to have your Vietnam flashbacks, you can. You also have the Kiowa Warrior, the Tiny Boy, with what looks like some GAU 21s on it, which is surprising. But you can also get Stingers, or Hellfires, or Hydras. But also, you can get an optronic mast on this thing, so therefore you can use it more as something that can see and scout, instead of just use it as a, as a ground setup. You also have the UH-60M, the Black Hawk. Nice to see. A good old supply/transport heli. And the A-10C is also in the house. So this one has access to all of the weapons you would want in the world. LJ clusters, snake eyes, dom bombs, rockets, mavericks, you know. You can even pick how many you want. And then also it has an ECM pod plus AIM-9s and a designation pod 2. So no like actives, but everything else. The Lancer is also in the game, the B-1B. This one has access to a nuke that it can drop. Don't entirely know why or how that's going to work. You also have the JASMs, the JSSMs, the ALCMs, 2,000 pounders, JSOWs, the cluster munitions, and the snake eyes. So this thing can just carry a lot of stuff, and it's going to just bomb everything. You got the Hercules. This is just the transport plane. Pretty cool to see. The Hercules. The Globe Master is just the bigger version of the transport plane, and I can't zoom the camera out anymore, but it's there. And then the F-15C, the good old Eagle. This one has AIM-120s and AIM-7s plus AIM-9s. So this is the anti-air F-15 that's going to be in. And you have the E, which is the Strike Eagle. This is the multi-role one. So it has LJ clusters, snake eyes, 2000s, 500s, and the same on these pylons, and then the same on these pylons. And then also you have some AIM-120s too, and AIM-9s. So this is going to be a fantastic multi-role vehicle. The EX2 has turned up as well. So this one gets the more modern stuff as well, which is the JASMs, the JSOWs, and the Stormbreakers, which are there. And then it also can get access to pretty much everything else too, in terms of it. It can carry 8 AIM-9s on the outer wing pylons, or AIM-120s, or AIM-9s too. And it can get a designation pod. So this thing just, it has everything. I don't know how else to put it. MQ-1C, Grey Eagle. This is a drone. You can see it actually has really good optics on it. So you can see pretty much everything from miles away. But also, you can bring different missiles. So you can bring the Griffins, you can bring Hellfires, you can bring Stingers. So if you really want to have a bit of fun and and go after stuff, you can use these little drones. and just hammer anything that's here. You also have a bigger version, which is the RQ4 Global Hawk. This one actually is pretty good when it comes to its optics as well, but it doesn't have any weapons. This is also absolutely massive. Look at it compared to the helicopter, though. Absolutely huge machine. So then we have the Stryker Cavalry Regiment. So these guys, they have some combat engineers with some SMORs and M59s, so similar to what we've seen before. Scouts with just the attacks and the M249s. We have some troopers, which have the Javelin, which is pretty fun. And then also the standard guns. They also have the AA version with the Stinger, the Armored Knight. What is this? What is this? This looks straight out of Mad Max. So yeah, the Stryker Cavalry guys, they have a 50 cal bearing, four-wheeled, weird vehicle. And then you have the Centurion C Ram, which I don't know if people are going to use this as AA or if they're going to use this as AP. But it does have the B kit, and yeah, it has the CIWS M61 system on it. So this will be pretty good at dealing with any close air support. The HEMTT, or the HEMTT. So this is the big supply truck. You can also, once again, add a gun to it. And also, you can make it an armored troop transport. So we'll survive a little bit more when going into battle. M10 Booker is also here, which is really cool to see. Has the M35 cannon and the M240 in Browning. You can give it the 50mm auto cannon instead of the 105, which, I mean, it just seems a bit ridiculous. You can also give it the Iron Fist APS if you're worried about dying. So kind of crazy that you get 2 get out of jail free cards with these vehicles. And then you have another basically supply vehicle, the M1075A1. This one once again gets a gun on it, and you can up armor it too. The Guardian is here, which looks basically the same as the Armored Knight, apart from this one can get a different gun on the top of it, which is modeled. HIMARS are also here, good old HIMARS. This one has the ATA CMS, plus the PRSMs, which are pretty good. And the beaker armor just give it a bit more survivability. Then you have the battleship. What is this thing? So you can change each of the weapons on this. So if you want, you could just have this with like all grenade launchers. And then just have at it. That's great. MML Stinger is in the house too. So another screw you over there. This thing can carry Hellfires, AIM-9s, or Stingers. So this can be useful at basically dealing with any of the vehicles that are in the place. Patriot PAC-3s. So once again, a AA system of the Patriot variety. And it only has 3,200 range, but you know, anything that comes near it will just die. You also have the MSE version. I don't entirely know the difference, apart from this has 400 more meters of distance that it can cover, and you can bring 12 missiles, and also add the armor package. So this one is just a slightly better version of the standard Patriot, giving it a bit more survivability by hitting the enemies a little bit further away. And then we get to the Strykers, since this is the Stryker Cavalry Regiment. So you have the TOW-2A version, and then you have the TOW-2B version. All of these guys get Shrat 2 reactive armor, and then also the Trophy APS. So that obviously will give them a lot of survivability. Oh my god. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is that? Oh my god. And it can get the Mark 19. It can get the Javelin alongside of it too. What is going on? It has 200 side armor and 250 front armor. And an APS. Crazy. Then you got the ICV. This is the people carrier version. But don't worry, it still gets all of the fun the fun weapons on it, including this, which is the Bushmaster 2 turret on the Stryker, making it the Dragoon. And then also, once again, you got the Shrat and the APS. So you can make this pretty fun to use. Stryker MC. So this is the mortar version of the vehicle. So it should have a mortar that pops up out the back. There you go. So you can see the Stryker is very much a multi-purpose platform for the US. Stryker MGS. This is the one with the 105. The one that you guys are probably a bit more familiar with. And then also the Trophy APS system too. This is a Broken Arrow Ironfather. You got the Shorad version, which has the 30mm and the Stingers. It also can have Hellfires if you wanted to, or the APKWS plus the Stingers. So this one could be AA, AT, or just screw that over there, whatever that is. Stryker RV. This one is the reconnaissance version, which is why it has much better optics and slightly better stealth. It's a PvE and PvE game. This one also gets the Bushmaster 2 and the Javelin, which just looks... I don't know how else to put it. It just looks so ridiculous. Maybe it's because it's on the Stryker chassis, but it just looks so dumb. Like, it just looks so silly. Stryker SPH, of course. This has the 105. It has 4,000 meters of range, which isn't too bad, but there are much better kind of artillery out there. But I suppose they wanted to put in some artillery into these guys, which wasn't the HIMARS, because, you know, you sometimes need a little bit more close stuff. And then we have, of course, all of the planes. B-52H Strato Fortress coming in. These have access to the ALCMs, Mark 82s. You also have the JASMs, the JSOWs, the LJDAMs, and the 2000s, and of course the designation pods. You can hit everything with them. It doesn't have a ton of survivability though. F-16C in the house. Really nice to see. This one has all of the different bombs that you would want, plus the Mavericks, plus the drag bombs and the AMRAAMs, and all of the air-to-air stuff you would ever want. So you can go full multi-role with this one. Got the CJ, which has the harms. So this is the seed version. The anti-radiation missiles on the thing. You can bring... Actually, if you want, you can actually just... You don't have to go seed with this, but it's usually, I suppose, designed to go seed with this. But you can get some electronic countermeasure coverage and then go air-to-air. Then you got the Viper, the V. This one has the JSOWs, the LJDAMs, and the Stormbreakers. And then also the AMRAAMs, the AIM-7s as well. And the ECM pod, which gives it extra survivability, and the designation too, if you want to. So this, it's going to be interesting to see how these JSOWs do. Then we have the Predator, the MQ-1. This one has either Hellfires, Griffins, or Stingers once again. So this is just the one for the cavalry units, which would be quite nice to see. And then the RQ-7 Shadow, which is just a small little recon, which is there for these boys. These guys really don't have a lot of infantry, like compared to... Actually, no, to be honest, across the board, not many of these guys have a ton of infantry. I suppose that's where the Special Operations unit comes in. Yeah, the RQ-7. And last but not least, you have the Special Operations Forces for America. So these guys, you have Delta Force, who have 12 units, flashbangs, M10s, M32s. But you can also do standoff, so not just like running at things. These guys seem pretty good, especially with the amount of them there are. You've got the Green Beret Punishers. These guys have the Punisher, which is this right here, which I'm guessing is the one that this guy is in the back with the cowboy hat. You can actually change that to sniper rifles, though, or the M202 flash, which is kind of fun. So they can be used in a different way. Para-rescue boys. So these guys have very good optics. And they have, once again, close stuff units. But you can also make them into an AA battalion if you want to with the Stinger. The MRGG give them increased scouting. And then, of course, the Rangers. The good old Rangers, the classic boys. The M320's back once again. Love me M320. And also the Raws and the Scars, M4A1s. And you can actually make them have these small. So I'll give you some fun stuff to do with it. Then you have the Rangers, but they have the Mark 47 ALGL, which I believe is a potato launcher. The Raws, which is the anti-tank guys. Yeah, it's pretty good penetration. The Carl Gustav M4. This one has much more range. Makes it a lot easier to use. Rangers RRC. So these are the recon guys, I'm guessing. The balding dude in the center. What do they have? So they have standoff with the Moors and the Scar, and then the support machine gun and the M320. I suppose it depends on how you feel in terms of what you want them to do. Ranger snipers too. So these guys, I'm guessing, yep, they have anti-material as well with the M107. Or just the standard stuff. Ranger Stingers as well. Yeah, these guys get the Javelin or the Stinger. So they're either AA or AT. So a lot of similar stuff to what we've seen previously. The Flyer GMV. What is this thing? You can get a chain gun on the top of it. And all the other standard stuff. This just looks like a really fat Humvee. The War Pig. Is this like a... No, it's not a supply thing. It's a troop transport. Oh, but you can add a bunch of stuff to it. So a Browning, a grenade launcher, the Fletcher? Really? The Fletcher? And then the TOW-2 bunker buster. What? What the hell is this thing? That's so weird. This has no survivability, but it can pack a punch. MATV, the big boy, the good old anti-mine truck. This one can also have the Javelin and the grenade launcher on it, or the Javelin and the 50 cal. Also up armor it, give it a bit more survivability. It releases in June, Yemlia. RSOV, grenade launcher or 50 cal. Then you have the Killer Egg. I just preferred it to the name. This one has some really weird armaments. So the GAU 19 Hydras, the Daggers, and then also the Hellfires and the Stingers. So that's basically on both sides, so you can kind of bring what you want. Plus the GAU 17s. The Guardian is here too. It's 64. It has quite a lot of electronic countermeasures. And also the JAGMs. The Fire and Forget good old missiles. So that makes it a lot better. You can also increase your ECMs if you want. It's like Warno, Yemlia. And then also the Osprey once again for the special boys. Don't think this is different to the other one that we've seen. And then of course the Saw. This looks like an improved Chinook. The HMGs, the GAUs, the M240s. Yeah, it has more guns on it. And also an ECM. Okay, so this one's a bit more survivable than the other one we saw. Hey, the little bird. Oh, this one's specifically for scouting. So it can only scout. It's not bad, though. Yeah, I am, Razor. We were playing it earlier. So then we have the MH60M DAP. This is quite fun. Has the Hellfires, the Hydras, the Daggers, and of course the Stingers. For NTS stuff, the Soar. It's kind of fun. This one is just a transport once again with some guns on it. The Silent Hawk. Oh, boy, hello. This is a troop transport. God, that looks weird. I'd want it to have better electronic countermeasures, if I'm honest. Its visibility, stealth is really good, though. Same as the Comanche. But this one is more kind of like an attack variant. Yeah, we're still playing it, Razor. We're just the Broken Arrow right now has a little kind of like tester thing going on, so we're just having a look at all the stuff. Good old Comanche. This one has it doesn't technically have the standard pylons, where the pylons actually come out the side of this thing, I'm pretty sure, because they wanted to reduce its radar signature, which is why it looks like that. The Ghost Rider. So this has the Bushmaster and the 105. Oh, they added the 105. Nice. And it has the Hellfires or the Stormbreakers. Yeah, this... Good old AC-130s, man. AC-130. The ramp can also have stuff? Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, look at the big gun out the side here. You see it? There you go. Pretty fun. AC-130 coming in. We also have the B-2 Spirit, which obviously has the nuke, but also all of the other stuff that you can use. So if you really need to nuke something, you can use the B-2 Spirit here. And its very small radar signature once again. F-117 in the house. Let's go. That's what we need. With the J-Salves, the LJ-Dams, and the JSMs. Lovely. The Raptor is also here. I'm kind of surprised it's in the Special Operations Forces. Yeah, so SPRT vehicle, but it does also have access to ground stuff too. But it gets the JATMs, which I don't think we've seen on anything else, actually. The Lead Pursuit Missile. Just goes after aircraft. So yeah, pretty crazy. JSOW Stormbreakers, all the standard stuff. And then also the JATMs. So yeah. Lovely to see a Raptor in the game. Looks pretty cool. F-35A as well. We saw the B earlier. It's not really much difference, I don't think, between them. This one can do SEED. So it has the harm. And then it also has the AIM-120s. Oh, it also has a cruise missile. So there you go. You can deal with that too. And then you have the MC-130H. This is the transport version of the AC-130. So you can bring in supplies and units. The Reaper, which is very similar to the other one we looked at, the MQ-1. This is the MQ-9, though. It can bring LJ dams. Oh, that's so silly. Then AIM-9s, GBU-54s, Stingers, and Hellfires. Oh. These drones are just ridiculous. And the last one, but not least, is the RQ-170 Sentinel, which is a mini B-2 Spirit, basically. It's just a little drone for scouting, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's all of the American stuff. Bunch of really cool things, you know, and bunch of really fun vehicles and really fun units. Hopefully the game lives up to, obviously, the potential. It has some things that they really need to have a think about, but I'm sure they will, and they'll get them sorted before June.
I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.